I love that my alarm went off and none of that recorded. Welcome back to day 9, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just get it. I'm going to talk about a lot of things I realized. Sorry, I had to make sure I was recording. I'm going to talk about a lot of things I realized last night and into today that I'm not playing with myself anymore. So, all of my experiences over this spiritual journey have led me to realize that reality is just me pushed out. Like, I'm pushing reality from me because I'm source. The funny thing about this is I've noticed just a bunch of stuff that's been happening recently, even with this snowstorm, that have just been reflecting things going on with me eternally and internally. And funny enough, this year of the snake really didn't end, and that's why you don't see me in the location that I ended up in at the end of my conscious overdrive series. I did manifest a new place. I did manifest a whole new community of people, but I realized there were certain things that were still missing within myself that caused certain patterns to play out. And if it's about energy, just like as I was telling my cousin, that I need to end certain cycles once and for all. And there's even something that's popping up from my past in February that's coming soon that is just like that chapter is finally closing. And it's funny that this is all happening before the year of the horse, and I laugh every time that I see it. Now, this is day 9, 9, symbol for completion in numerology, and my life path number. I love nines, and I thought this would be a perfect time to talk about those chapters that are ending. And it's just funny because there's a bunch of realizations that I'm also having during these like final months of the real 2025 into the real 2026, which starts in spring. And it's just like, wow, I realized that, there was these creators making videos that actually resonate with a couple of them saying like, don't try to manifest too much during this like shedding period because we're still in the year of the snake. And funny enough, that happened to be true in my own reality before I seen those posts where I was like, oh, okay, I see. I went in with the conscious overdrive towards the end of the year, and I did bring in new manifestations because we're God, I'm God. So I brought them in. But I realized because I didn't completely shed some other patterns, certain, like, I would say, certain energetic sludge came with those new manifestations where it was still like the old self or the old version of me popping up. So with this video, I'm declaring right now, all that is done. I'm done. I'm a new individual. No, fuck being humble. This is actually something I said in my 25-minute video that I did of this day. I literally just did it a couple videos ago, but I ended up deleting it because I was like, man, it's just not perfect. But I realized, man, I'm done with giving my energy to others that just don't deserve it, or just giving my energy to beings who are really not reflecting that same energy of like, I don't know, like mirroring. I just realized that really it's all me pushed out, and those beings are serving a purpose to show me to go within and not allow my energy to become affected by the external reality. And funny enough, I never really reactive in my life. I always respond because during this spiritual journey, I just realized that everything outside of myself really has no meaning but the meaning I give it. And this is even like mirrored in me when I was working security. I remember that one of the people that were like the higher ups of me saying that like, yo, Rel is literally one of the coolest, calm, cool, and collected individuals I've ever met. Like, just in the face of something absolutely chaotic and spontaneous happening in front of me, I just don't react because I feel like everything is a creation of me, or everything is me pushed out. So just these internal realizations came from actual experiences that happened in my life, whether it be a trauma, whether it be this, whether it be like wisdom that was birthed out of just knowing that everything outside of myself is lessons and not necessarily good or bad connotation. That's just the connotation that we decide to give it. These wisdoms, deeper wisdoms, were born. I wasn't seeking any of this stuff, like seeking a higher knowledge in a way where it was like I was like seeking to become a wise person. I just been that through the experiences that I've went through. I've been being called an old soul and whatever since like 13 years old. But the reason I say this is because, man, in that 25-minute video I just shot for day 9, I talked about a creator who ended up deleting my comment for seemingly no reason. It was so funny because this creator watched a bigger creator that I watched, and I almost left that comment as like an invitation to like connect or whatever. Like, I didn't say like, hey, we should connect. No, I was just like, yo, I seen you on this channel. I was excited. My comment was the only comment deleted. And it made me realize, oh wow, man, like, not saying that maybe I scared them, maybe this, maybe they didn't, they accidentally swiped, who knows. I'm not going to give any meaning to it, but it also furthered this whole thing for this day 9 and this whole new year that it's just like, you know what, I'm gonna let the energy come to me, and I'm gonna put my energy out there and still be unbothered. I'm gonna leave a comment. If it gets deleted, don't matter, doesn't affect me, who cares? But it just had me weak with that specific comment and why I used it for an example in my video. But it it just made me feel like, okay, here's what that happening to my comment made me feel like. It affirmed everything that I thought I was experiencing years ago about the spiritual community, that a lot of people in this community or in that community are frauds. Now, I've never, I on every channel that I have, I never consider myself as part of the spiritual community. Even when I began my journey of realizing I was source and was like, yo, and I began my journey of remembrance, because it just felt like a cult like mindset where it was like, if I wasn't doing crystals or doing this, or I wasn't into astrology, or I didn't die hard believe this, then I was doing it wrong. And that's why I left it alone. And when my comment got deleted by this creator, not saying it's their fault, it gave me that same energy of that, because I was just excited for the fact that I seen you on a different page and that got me deleted. That I know that didn't get me flagged by Instagram's algorithm, or maybe it did. But then I realized, even with communities I was in now, or I was creating, you know, they preach, oh, be your authentic self, this and that, and maybe their authentic self is being a certain way, but it's like, also, you know, I was being my authentic self when I was meeting these individuals, and my authentic self, I guess, just wasn't up to par with what they wanted to experience. You know, there were certain things that were expected of me, but I thought it was just be me, be. And you know, it's just funny because I'm like, okay, now with this whole challenge, I'm realizing throughout this challenge and the moving into this new year, the true new year, whether it be spring or whether it, you know, start the year of the horse, February 17th, is that, man, you really just got to be you and do you, and let your light affect certain beings the way it's going to affect them. And even if they think they're righteous or whatever, just always be you, always be authentic. And I really know, and I'm coming in to know, based on how my life plays out. And I had this conversation with my girlfriend, like, she's seen it. You know, I'll start working certain jobs and I'll literally be put on this crazy pedestal, all these wild expectations, and then those things all of a sudden will turn back on me. It's like, oh yeah, we want you to be you. You're the fastest we've ever had learning these things. And then stuff just gets creepy or weird. And I've noticed my frequency does that all the time when it's in work environments, and even with certain people I meet, right? And we were laughing trying to figure out why this may be. Even with individuals who will come to me like, oh yeah, you're the guy I need, exchange numbers, hear nothing back from them. Funny enough, I met a one dude that like helped me shovel, and shout out to him. He's still a cool dude. He could have forgot. I could have written his number down wrong, but it's just funny because this happened with multiple people where um he for some reason, I was just shoveling, getting my driveway done. This dude shovels, ends up telling me a little bit about his life story, about the house he lives in, about this company he had with his friend, and about how he started trying to get his journey going with YouTube and stuff. And I told him, oh, I'm a creator and I've had other channels, blah blah blah. This dude exchanges numbers with me. I go to text him, nothing. Like, and the number could be wrong, but I just mean, like, I kind of doubt it with how it happened the last time, because I pick up patterns really easily because of my hyper vigilant childhood and past. But I was just laughing because I'm like, yo, this, oh, like, and again, it's my awareness saying this always happens. But I said, you know what, I'm done with that, bro. I'm done with that. I'm really gonna take control of these situations, not in like, I go with the flow of the universe, so I'm not really taking control, but I'm letting like energy just play out, but I'm being me in the process. Because real me, noticing these patterns, would have leveled up and been like, you know what? Yeah, let's exchange Instagrams right now in front of me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Text me if you're serious, and be about that energy. You know, channel that Aries in me. Be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Be about that energy. Oh yeah, text me right now. Oh, you got my number? Cool. I'll pass you on to this person, because that's initially what I was gonna do for that person that exchanged numbers with me when he met me shoveling. I was gonna pass him on to the guy I was working for, because they were looking for like garbage people or new people that they could rely on or hire to, you know, do certain things, or like to trash at the properties, etc., etc. You know, but nonetheless, all this made me realize, even the creator that I watched, that I've exchanged certain back and forths with in the comments, that we are like bros. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have a cool conversation with this dude one day. But this happens with a lot of creators for me. I end up just DMing very large creators in the matrix sense of like having a million followers, but the numbers don't really mean anything to me, which is why I DM them. And I always get funny responses or connect with cool individuals. But this one creator, Power of I Am, Eric, I referenced him a lot on this channel. Um, one thing he said in his video is so true. Like, misery loves company. that whole saying, or like when people are down on themselves and speaking down on themselves, that's like applauded, or you get a little pat on the back. Oh, it'll be all right. Just think higher of yourself and all that, right? But then the moment someone shows up and shines very bright, that's like looked at like, oh, they're narcissistic, they're conceited, and all this. And that's what I'm realizing what's been holding me back, because the humble, like, good guy and all this stuff is been like walked on by people, like dog walked, especially when I became spiritual. And I was told, oh, aren't you spiritual, you're not supposed to be acting this way, like all this bullshit. And I realized, you know what, yeah, I'm done with the fake. I'm going back to my whole sarcastic self. Like, that's how I realized it comes full circle. My sarcastic self, the way I joke, the way I fuck around, is the thing that made even my girlfriend and so many other women and men laugh and enjoy my energy, because I'm just being authentically me. I'm running my mouth, I'm having fun, and I'm enjoying this earth, because that's what it's about. Not all this fake shit. We're supposed to be making genuine connection. I feel like people hold up these appearances. Like, what do you mean spirituality is supposed to look a certain way? Or what do you mean manifestation is supposed to be operated a certain way? Like, I'm starting to really realize that's why certain people on the top, or that find success within their own life, they found that success because they knew they were deserving of it, not in an external way where they were entitled to success, but they were entitled in the sense that you're one with God. So you are entitled to the kingdom. It's yours. You're one with God. And that's the trick that catches many. And that's why I say, you know what? Let this be the last video where I humble or joke. Like, I don't have to get on video and do any extravagant performance for anyone to be like, oh, I'm God, I'm source, I'm this. But fuck it, let me show up in these videos with what I'm doing behind the scenes and deliver my message to you guys how I want to, and how I want to inspire you guys to get up and do this. And I already inspire people, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I need to get on here and stop playing around. I'm over here trying to specify an intro, and that's bogging me down, because I've never been a creator that wants to get on a video and it's like, hey, and not no no this to any of these creators, but hi, my name is this, and welcome back to another video, or welcome back, guys, or hey guys, welcome back to another. Like, I don't want to do any of that. I just want to get on and start talking to you guys. I'll say, all right, what's up, y'all? Let's get into this video, day whatever, and just be casual, be natural, and talk, rather than feel performative. I think that's been the whole thing for my content creating journey, is just be natural. I don't want to use hooks. I don't need any of that stuff. And that's what I'm really gonna say in my energies. I don't need hooks. I don't need any of that. I'm naturally attractive and things like that to people. Screw hooks, screw all that. I just want to be me, and I just want to genuinely have a raw, created community of people that come here. So that's what we're going to do. That's the energy moving forward. And that's what I'm realizing with this daily challenge. It is about the internal world at the end of the day. None of this external shit really matters, bro. Like, none of your material, and you'll gain this material wealth by just going within and giving it to yourself. Like, I am wealth. I am love. That's exactly how I manifested the girlfriend I have now. I was like, I'm deserving of my wife. I seen her walking by me. I do these in real time visualizations because my imagination is just like, I guess, that vast. I can just like really picture things happening right in front of me. Like, I can picture a stack of cash right here or in my hand, and me like moving it around and it moving exactly how you'd imagine a stack of cash, throwing it, seeing it spread out all over the floor, everything, the weight of it. So, you know what I'm realizing? I'm just going to go and do with, create reality how I know it to be, because the reality is being pushed out from me. So it doesn't really matter what I do or say. Everything is the right move. Everything I do is the right move. Everything is proper. So I'm just gonna get on here and vlog with y'all and update you on how things are going, and I'm gonna have affirmations. That's what I'm gonna do for this daily thing. I'm gonna tell people refer back to day 9, because this is what I said on day 9 of the challenge. I said I'm gonna just create, affirm for like each person, because we're all God, and then I'm just gonna talk about kind of what's been going on in my mind, or what the goal is, and what I'm creating now, or just who knows. We'll figure it out. I'll just yap. I'll just be me, and we'll see how it goes. Anyways, love you guys. And yeah, and I think this is finally the good take, that I'm just gonna upload, no ifs, ands, buts about it. Upload it, and it's gonna do very well. And all my videos do very well. And everything in your life is always working out. Love y'all. Peace.